Okay, this is probably the last part of this little tutorial on the Infinity Touch non-Wi-Fi. We're back at the home screen, and we previously covered you know, just the user interface, how it works, but now we're kind of diving into the service menu. I'll get back into the service menu, and when I'm out doing service, this is really all I'm concerned with, is this service menu. This is where I get most of my information from. Sorry about the glare, but that's about all I can do here. Only thing I got to work with. So we covered system, equipment summary, installation, setup, checkout. No, we didn't. No, we went through setup. Checkout. Usually when I'm doing tune-ups or I'm doing any kind of service, it depends on what I'm doing or how the system's acting, if I'm gonna use this checkout mode. You can go into this checkout mode and you can basically check out everything you have. Gas, heat. Okay, and hit next, and then you can, you know, figure out if you want to run it on low heat. If you don't want to run it on low heat, same with medium heat, you can skip that stage, or you can skip the high stage. So, and I also use this for tune-ups too. If you're tuning up a system, you know, you can just run it through all its stages right there. Same with the heat pump. Heat pump heating. Heating for 5 minutes, depends on what stage you want. It won't give it to me for some reason. I think it's because it's not hooked up. So this one I would put it on 5th stage, run it in heating for 10 minutes for a tune-up, or however long I feel like I'd be working on it. Usually I bump it up to 75 so it doesn't shut off. Same thing with cooling. 5 minutes, bump it up. Nope, it's not doing it. Humidifier, you can turn it on and off. Turn it on, run downstairs, check, see if the water's running, check your water flow. Run back upstairs, shut it off, or hit stop, and then it goes back to the checkout screen. If you had a ventilator hooked up, you could check the ventilator and zoning. Service information. Some of the service information is stored on user interface. That's what we call this, the control. Or some of it's stored on the control board itself. So if you take this off the wall, some might be stored on there and some might be stored on the control board. It really all depends on what it is and where the engineers feel like it should store it. But let's see what was stored on this one, if anything shows up. Furnace status. We got a communication fault because we're not hooked up to the furnace. Heat pump status is going to say the same thing. Last 10 system events. So obviously we're having control fault because I'm not hooked up to anything, but it will give you active, and that's what it's saying, it's active. This furnace, we had a blower motor fault, we had a low pressure fault on heat pump. Heat pump low pressure lockout. Reason why this one was getting low pressures is because it had a faulty evaporator coil. There it is again. Heat pump, low pressure lockout, low pressure lockout, low pressure lockout. So it's going to store the last 10 system events, so that'll help you in service. Run a fault history. So we can run a furnace, I think. Nope, it's not letting me do anything because it's not hooked up. Cycle counters, it's not doing it because that stuff is stored on the control board. No, it's not letting me do anything. So if it was hooked up, you'd be able to get into the cycle counter run times. It stores all that information on the control board. Model and serial numbers. And it's gonna furnace. It's not gonna give you anything, but if you were hooked up to a regular furnace, yes, it would give you model and serial numbers if the control board was not changed. If the control board's changed, it might not show up. Normal. Service phone number. Usually we upload our stuff in there. This one was not. Energy tracking. We didn't have anything set up, so it didn't do any of that. Refrigerant charging. It's always a nice one. So, charging, cooling. Now, with these controls, it will tell you how much refrigerant you need to add. It depends on what you're hooked up to. If it's Infinity, newer Infinity, you input your coil, how many feet of line set, and what size it is. Hit next, and it will tell you how many pounds an ounce total. It'll tell you what you need for subcooling. So that is a nice feature for installers. Same thing with heat, does the same thing. Pump down, here's a real nice feature for service. You set your time, 120 minutes, and what you do is hit start, and it will turn the heat pump on. When you shut the valve, it automatically shuts the unit off. And this is for the higher end equipment, the variable speed VNAs. So that's a really nice feature. Evacuation, so you don't have to turn the unit off, you can evacuate it. It gives you 120 minutes to do it. And you can actuate the EXV valve to the electronic expansion valve in the unit itself. You can tell it to open, you can tell it to close. Excuse me. You can tell, it'll tell you what position it's at, what suction pressure. Troubleshooting. That was refrigerant charging. Software upgrade. If you hit that, plug your USB in the bottom, upload the latest software update. Infinity Touch, you have to do this. We do it on our maintenance. Come out, every time we do maintenance, got to make sure it's got the right software in it, always updated. With the software update on Infinity Touch Wi-Fi, anything past version 10, it will automatically do it itself. Dealer logo. Usually we put a flash drive in and puts the dealer logo up there. Utility event setup. What is this? Oh, this is for interruptible. utility curtailment. Either you turn it on or turn it off. And that's basically it in the service menu. And how you get into the service menu is you press and hold the little hat, this button that says service, when it changes colors, like it does here. Now, then it goes into service and installation menu. That's what I've been kind of covering with this video and the prior video. So it's Control has a lot of features compared to other ones that I've ran into through Linux, Train. This one's kind of simplified. It's a Carrier Infinity Touch. There is a Carrier Infinity Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi will give you, you can operate it anywhere with a smartphone, tablet, or computer. That's on the Wi-Fi only. It'll give you weather information. So there is a benefit to having that, but this is just the Infinity Touch model. It's still a good model to have. And it will only work with Carrier Infinity. It will not work with any other manufacturer's equipment. So that's it for these videos. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask, and I'll try to help you out the best I can. I'm pretty versed in this. I've been with Carrier for about 20 years, so I got a lot of experience with this stuff. So if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Good luck. I hope this helped you out. Like and subscribe, guys. Thanks.